Welcome back to the Bordeaux Save. We're in season 11. We're slowly building up momentum after last season's nearly title race, plus the Champions League football money coming in for the second consecutive season, plus the sales of Tamara and Puig that we did halfway through last season. We've got a little bit of money to spend, and as you can see by the thumbnail, PSG have had a stinker, eventually finishing 6th, as you can see, and being absolutely nowhere near it. Can we capitalise on this? Let's find out. Right, it was an extremely busy summer. We've decided to change tactic just a little. So we had this rock in, and then we've just gone to a similar tactic, but we've just moved the half back in and played a little bit different. And then towards the end of the season, we've actually gone with this version with 2 strikers up front just to give us an even more sort of like attacking prowess, and it's done all right. These tactics will be available. I'm going to do a separate video, all 3 tactics, like a tactical replication video that I do a proper video where you can patrons, as always, thank you very much for your support. You will get your hands on the tactical files yourself, but I'll go through all the player instructions in a further video down the line because they have been really 3 good progressions over the last few seasons using these 3 tactics. Similar players for similar positions. It's worked extremely well. Okay, so we're going to talk about transfers. Obviously, the big transfers out were Tamara and Puig in the summer. In halfway through the season, so we had a little bit of money to spend. And then Hector de Bouza came and said to me, I want to go play for Liverpool. And he was our backup in season 1. But last season, he had a tremendous season. 12 assists, 9 assists and 6 goals playing from right wing back. So I was a bit like, oh, do I really want to have to go into the shortlist and scouting again and try and find another player? But he was adamant he wanted to go. So I just said, right, like Pep does, fuck you then. Off you go. 45 million. And he's barely played. So de Bouza, that's on you, buddy. Wrong move. So that was 45 out. That's potentially raising to 54 with add-ons as well. We get another 8.5 million after 20 games. So he's only played 3 games this season. I'm hoping he can play that. And then, yeah, we get another instalment. We've been quite good in like not allowing clubs, if they want to pay stuff over time, we get a chunk up front. Money coming in every year has been really good. And then alongside of that, we've sold £138 million worth of talent. Omar Banadele was going on a free transfer. He's chose to go back out to, that'll be Saudi Arabia, is it? Or is it Qatar? No, Saudi. Slaven Bilic in charge on a free. Yeah, I wanted him for an extra year, but I didn't want to pay that for the extra year. Especially as well, going to 4 at the back, 2 centre-halves, we would not necessarily needed him. Tim Iligbunam has gone chasing the cash as well. El Hetifak, is that Gerrard's team? Yeah, Steven Gerrard's team. I was more than happy for him to go. I actually transfer listed him to try and get some money in. Just because he was 31, he's going to be 32 very soon. And we wanted to make some money. You know, the idea with Bordeaux is that we sell players at sensible times, and that has definitely been a sensible time. 3 years, tremendous 3 years for us. Like no goals last season, but 10 assists in Liga. Been playing as like a central midfielder on attack, playing as a Mazzala. I think any club, even if you're a top club, get your hands on him. If you can pick him up, squad player for you, massive clubs. But he's done extremely well for me. And get him in, yeah, he's at Everton, so you probably get him at a decent price. And the only noticeable other out was Andrano Clancia. Do you remember the tactic, the scouting video where we picked him up for 2.7? He's gone to Manchester United for £123 million, rising to 137. Will we get that 137? We will, because we get another 13.75 after 18 national international appearances, and we'll also get another 23 million over the next 3 Januaries as well. So money coming in, 20% of profit. Like, we won't make profit on that, but if whatever we can get in, no problem. He did have a minimum release clause of 117 million, but Man United couldn't pay that up front, so we've managed to get the money out of them over time and with additional add-ons that I think we're going to achieve. I think if you're going to negotiate with additional add-ons, you need to just always make sure that these are achievable add-ons and try and get them in quickly. 18 and international appearances is a long one, but they're adamant on that. But we should get that in the next 2 to 3 years. And when you've taken in over 100 million and then over 20 million coming over 3 years, yeah, it was an easy one to do. We were not really happy letting him go. I wanted to keep him to the end of the season because he left on the 16th of January, halfway through the season. So a bit of a shame, but we move. And move we did. We'll start off with the one who came in January. It's a little bit of a replacement to Clancy. I just thought we needed an extra squad padding. £33 million for Petro Bruni. That was his release clause. Really nice all-rounder, 6'1", really good physicals as well. We can do different roles. He can't play as a DM, but could do as the AM if we ever go down the route of the sort of like the 4-3-2-1 that we've been playing. Hasn't kicked on, done all right, 2 goals, 2 assists, 12 as sub, as you could see, so been a little bit of a bit part player. Idilo Bruno. Remember we brought Jesus in last year? Well, this guy was another one who had a minimum release clause of 27.5. At the time, I thought, we don't really need him, but just to make our squad superbly strong, I thought we need to go for it, because we had all this money and couldn't really find ways of spending it, and he is a top player. 7.3 on average rating, a total of 19 goal contributions, and for the last few weeks, in particular since Clancy left, has been playing in that deeper role in central midfield. Signing that came later on. We've been tracking him for a while. He's only 20 years old. I thought, we were going on 3 fronts: Cup, League, Champions League we were in. To get this player in that we wanted, at a price that was good, 26.5. That was a release clause. He's going to be absolutely wonderful. Pace 15, heading, marking, tackling, absolutely where you want it. Determination, concentration, bravery, aggression. Positioning, not great. So that needs to be something that has to be worked on. But someone, at that price, even if he ends up being a squad filler who can do right back and centre back, absolutely brilliant. These Liga games when we're playing teams like Metz at home and things like that. We found our new striker in January, and what a start he has made. We matched his release clause of 13 million. He's 21. So he was just 21 when we signed him. 17 finishing. Look at it's just a proper FM striker. Wanted a lot of money, 96 million. 96 million. No, he didn't want 96 million a week. 96,000 a week, but he scored 15 goals in 22 appearances, 5 assists as well. Playing as that complete forward, playing out on the sort of like the right striker role as well as an advanced forward. Tremendous start to his career. What a bargain. What a replacement for Tamara. We brought in a new right back, injured at the moment. 10 assists, 6 goals from not right wing back, from right back. He's been absolutely brilliant. Obviously losing Debuza, we needed to bring him in. Now, he was actually injured for the first 2 months of the season as well, so he's not played as many games as he would have liked, but 7.33 average rating, decent price, 10.75. A lot of these are their sort of like release clauses. And yeah, 24 years old, sell on value, great physicals, could still improve on his crossing, but he's absolutely deadly. Some of his goals he scored, 4 goals, getting in and sort of like hitting them across the keeper from that sort of like that late run into the box. Absolutely tremendous. Sub goalkeeper, Vincent Clerc, just to give us a bit of squad padding. Important that we have French goalies on the bench. Jean Vera is a young player who was unhappy about playing time, but potentially will turn into something special. A £1 million. I think we're going to send him out on loan next season just to try and get him going. He's not played much for this season. So yeah, he's only 19 as well, going to be 20 soon, but send him out on loan, wonder kid, send him out on loan, get him goals, get him happy, and then we'll bring him back and see where we're at. The idea is that at some point we'll probably lose Brems, at some point we'll probably lose our new Argentinian striker, so having someone ready-made, absolutely vital. Hugo Tyson only joined us, when did he join us? In April. It was a pre-arranged deal. We've picked him up for 775. Just because he was rated quite highly. He was actually rated 5 stars at the start, but just someone who could be in our squad, in our B team for a couple of years, and then we'll bring him into the first team. Going to be a Mazzala that we obviously use a lot of. And yeah, I thought 6 foot, good physicals, something a little bit different when the scouts report came through, so I was happy with that. We've started scouting Africa as well, and we've brought in Thabang Marambi. There he is. Quite cheap, squad filler. 675, came in at the same time as Clancy left as well, which was important. I just thought it was a really good player to have. Really good physicals, look. Stamina's good, balance, acceleration, good mentals, good first touch. Yeah, a really good football player at a really good price. Luis Blanco we've brought in, released from Paris Saint-Germain. Can just do a couple of roles for us on a free transfer. I thought it was good deal. If we sell him on, absolute profit. Yassan Adli, we've brought him back. He's not happy. He's moaned all the way through the season, but I thought, fuck yeah. I've signed you, and you fucking stay in, because we wanted to bring a little bit of Bordeaux back. And yeah, we brought him up. There he is. He had a good few seasons in the point where Bordeaux were no good, but we've brought him back. He's actually been okay, 6.83. I've brought him on a few times when we've just tried to kill games, rest players a little bit. Daniel Musa was a nice little free transfer that we've picked up. A little bit of squad padding as well for the seconds, been out on loan. And the last one is Thomas Koeman. He is a very, very good wing-back who I believe we've got an optional future fee on. Now, he doesn't look great now, but he is only 18 years old. I'm already thinking about trying to sign young French players. Was one at left back at Lyon. He's rated extremely highly. 19 years old, want about 50, 60 million for him. And we will have to go down that route at some point because I'm really keen on bringing French players in and try and helping that achieve Liga kind of championships and Champions Leagues with some more French players. So we've brought Thomas Coming in on loan, which he was more than happy to because he wasn't playing at Nantes. Happy to be back up alongside Balde, who was obviously deputising for our new Brazilian right back, Dilma. And he's done all right. Still has a lot of work to do, but £20 million at that age, he will be absolutely tremendous as a very aggressive right wing back. So all that transfers in, transfers out. PSG not doing very well. How have we done? There is a lot of greens in. There is a red against Marseille. Greens, 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 greens. We've won our last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last 7 games, including winning 14 out of our last 15 games. And importantly in there, Marseille, PSG, not PSG. Look at how they scored in the 91st minute, which was so frustrating, but responded a huge win over Marseille. And there you go. We've done it. We've completed the journey from 4th tier to League champions with healthy financial status. Bordeaux are back. Only 20 goals conceded, that 1 league defeat in the season, 7 draws, 26 wins. We've won the league by 12 points. We've absolutely smashed it. I'm so happy that we've managed to do it. This was the tactic for most of the season, and then right towards the end, we've shifted to this one where we were going quite well in Europe. But as you could see, our leading goal scorer was Paulo Roberto again. Tremendous season from him. 22 goals, 9 goal assists, kind of playing out on that left-hand side, wanted by the biggest of boys. His deputy, who came in towards the end of last season to sort of like play on the left and play up front, has also done well. 33 goal contributions from him. The one disappointing one has been Benjamin Brems, has absolutely fallen off a cliff. From last season when we were rejecting bids of like up to £90 million, he's still worth a lot. To be honest, if they want to come in and sign him, they could have him, because he's struggled and he's now not playing regularly. As you can see, only 16 starts, 23 as sub, 12 goals though in that time. He just doesn't score enough. Good season from Jesus and Bruno who've come in. Dilma, tremendous average ratings across the board. Look at all those greens. All right, that is the league season done. We've just got one more thing to talk about, and that is the Champions League. So our group phase was a little bit kinder with Legia Warsaw, Fenerbahce, Liverpool at home, but tricky one, Lazio away, Club Brugge at home, Galatasaray away, Real Madrid away, and then AC Milan at home. So definitely the first 6 games are not more than winnable, but a lot of them were. And we started the campaign with a 5-0, probably expected win at Legia Warsaw. Absolutely dominating the game from start to finish. Expected to win, but nice to score 5 and keep a clean sheet. Fenerbahce is maybe those ones that you worry about. Just with budgets nowadays, they do struggle to kick on a little bit. And we were down to 10 men for the last 15, but the job was done. Paulo Jose in superb form at that time, scoring a hat-trick, and Dilma scoring one of those goals, late arriving to the penalty area, switching the play from the left and firing in. We then had a memorable night in Europe, beating Liverpool 3-1. Balde, Clancy before we left, and Brems scoring, and Numa scoring on 87, but it wasn't enough. One of the biggest performances was the Lazio, away at Lazio. You consider that a tough game. We ran riot in the second half, 2-0 down, and then we changed our tactic to that 2-striker one, and it absolutely flew. 2 goals from Bruno, Paulo Jose, and Roberto. Club Brugge, disappointing performance, letting in 2 goals, but getting over the line. We had a little bit of rotation as well before we then ensured qualification to the last 16 with a smashing of Galatasaray. Vera, the youngster, scoring 2 goals. We give him a start, an own goal, and Dilma once again. A 2-1 defeat against Real Madrid with Joaquin Sayas, our young new Argentinian striker, coming in. Probably just shows where we're at in terms of European football, because they kind of dominated. We stayed in it. I lowered the tempo. I took it off attacking to positive, so I moved everything down to kind of help us in that way to make it a little bit easier. They've obviously got some older players. If you look at their squad as well, they've still got Lunin, Bichi Abu, Calafiori, Porro Neves, Gula, Tell, Gloku, and Mbappe, Zabani. They need a bit of a rebuild, because there's also Camavinga in there. Their squad is old. Finally retiring. I was hoping he'd come on a free transfer at some point, but he's seen out his last few years, hasn't. A slow decline. Not been absolutely them first few seasons electric. Finished on 196 caps for France as well. But an impressive 2-0 win against Milan. Really deserved performance, as you can see. We left it a little bit late, not scoring to the 73rd minute, but more than deserved. Which meant we finished in second place. Second place behind Manchester City, the current holders of the competition. Only 8 conceded, joint top. 2 goals off actually finishing top. Means we don't have to play in that last round of 32. So the last 16 threw up PSG. And we had to play PSG. And not a fluent PSG, because remember they struggled in Liga. But, 95th minute, he scored twice past us in the stoppage time this season, Xabi Simons. That 1-1 draw would have been absolutely perfect. However, we were still in it. We were still in it in the second leg, and we turned it around. We went 3-0 up, so it was 3-1 on aggregate, and then Diego Ferreira scored on 89, and then they had a chance in 90 plus 5, but we hung on. We beat PSG to get through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time in the save, where we were given Liverpool. And we did quite well. We hung on at halftime once again. We lowered the tempo, positive mentality, but lowered the tempo. We tried to just make the games a little bit more uglier. And it worked until the floodgate, 50 and 52, then 83 and 93, especially when we pulled a goal back from Dilmar, was disappointing. And kind of maybe showed where we were at the time. We kind of were rumbled a little bit by Real Madrid and then rumbled by Liverpool. Maybe a sign of where we're at. Now, you would think that until we produced one of the special nights, definitely my favourite 90 minutes in the save. We beat Liverpool 7-0 in the return leg. I don't know where it came from. We just absolutely wiped the floor with them. Now, their goalkeeper did get injured, but Maurice Flynn, adequate backup. I was starting to think he's not actually a goalkeeper that they brought on, but he was. And 3-0 up at half-time. Sayas, hat-trick, Danielson, Roberto, Jose, everyone was on the score sheet. And as memorable games go, it doesn't get much better than that. That set us up with a semi-final performance against AC Milan, home leg. We'd beaten them already in the competition 2-0. So I thought this is our time. This is our time. We feel confident. We just edged it in terms of shots. Very even game, but an early goal from Jerry Doku, and we just couldn't find a breakthrough. So we had to go to the San Siro and try and pick up a positive result, even to take it to extra time. And an absolute masterclass again. We absolutely went for it. We put the attacking players, the attacking tactic in. We decided to just try and score some goals. We thought we were kind of better than them, and we just didn't play well in that first leg. So we went for it. And Roberto, Sayas, Garcia on 54. The game was done. 3-1 on aggregate, 3-0 on the night, and you find us in a Champions League final against Arsenal. So tomorrow night's video, 5 o'clock on the channel, will be the final episode of the series. I only wanted to win Liga. That was the plan before we moved on to something new. We're going to finish with a Let's Play final against Arsenal. Played at the Millennium Stadium. Arsenal, I imagine, will go in as favourites, but we've done some unbelievable things, in particular this season. Have we got one more game left in us? Following the game as well, we'll look at sort of like the players, we'll look at my win ratio and all that, games in charge, but the main focus for the last episode of the series will be Arsenal in the Champions League. Can we have a dream ending? All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. We have some new series coming on the channel. I'm not going to be doing a Let's Play like this. I am going to be streaming weekends, probably Saturday and Sunday this week, so make sure you subscribe. Saturday and Sunday night, we are going to be streaming the Mad Scientist 1994-1995 database. We're going to be picking a team up in Italy, and we're going to have some fun on stream for the next few months, and I'll probably do season reviews like we have been doing in this format. If you've enjoyed this format of video, I would love it if you let me know down in the comments. I'm trying to find the best way to sort out Let's Play. I want to continue doing Let's Play content, but views compared to tactics are shit. So I need to find that balance. So if you're enjoying this kind of content, that I'm getting to play the game regularly myself off camera and then doing more season reviews, doing streams and then doing season reviews, I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe so you can join in the stream, and check out very soon, by the end of the week as well, we will have the 3 tactics that have got us from 4th division all the way pretty much through to the the Champions League final. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you later.